And we are live. Hello, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes, and welcome back to another office hours stream. And we're starting today off, as always, with Wordle, which I've also started doing a thing where my siblings and I start with the same word. And today's word is deals. How is everybody? God, that's a bad start. Deals. No, that uses an S. Okay, what could be? Crown doesn't use any of the letters. Okay, so it has an R. Rump? Is that a word? It is. But it's not the word. Damn. Griff? Like a grifter? Or grift? Let's go! Don't give me a hint! Okay, let me share that. And then on to connections. How's the new mic sounding, by the way? I got it. Finally got the new one, and I have no idea how it sounds. Queen, king, jack, ace. That's obviously cards. Conch, snail, helix, and... Is it a double shell? No, what's the shells? So conch, snail, helix. Okay. So those are a pair. Clone, lobe, chain, rook, twin, double. Double twin reads to me as bed sizes. But I don't think rook is a bed size. Hmm. Types of shells. Yeah, that's not helping me much. Conch, snail, helix, double? Double shell? It's a it's a stitching pattern? Nope, that's not it. Not even one away. Um, God. Okay, so the image doesn't help much. Straightforward is obviously the queen, twin, helix, and snail. Okay. Twin double, so it's two of things. So clone. And then what else can be double? So double twin, clone, not helix, not snail. Like the prefrontal cortex? Wait. Nope, not that. Um, chain? No, chain would go with helix. Nope, I'm about to fail this. Okay, it's either rook or ringer. Let's just go with rook. Nope. What is ringer? I'm sorry. Ringer means huh. Fascinating. And then chain mail, electric mail, junk mail, snail mail. And then ear piercing sites. Conch, helix, lobe, rook. I would have never gotten this. I never would have gotten that. Okay, well, let's move on then to. Oh, it's really bad German, aka Dutch. Oh, this is um Maltese. 100% Maltese. Yep. Yep. 100% Maltese. Um. Ooh. Ooh. Um. Not Guarani, I don't believe. But is it in? It's in Sa. Hmm. Is it more northern, closer to Mistef? Nope. Okay, southern. More southern. Or is it somewhere in around the Quechua? Nope. More southern. Or it could be. I don't think it's Wolof. Here, because if I do Wolof, it's just gonna say it's too far away. Look. I hate trying to read distance with this so much. Oh my god. I. Uh, like, what is the standard for distance? Hi, Fieldling. Ah! Oh god, yes, it's finally not. Yesterday was the first day of sunshine for like 5 fucking minutes, and it was so nice. Click on the what? Is there a question mark I haven't been seeing? Oh, up here. Yeah, that doesn't help me much. That just tells me what I already know. But why is like a quarter... Actually, if a quarter of the way across the world... I guess that makes sense. I'm just bad at reading percentages, I think we're just finding out. Mortai. I don't think it's Mongolian. Yeah, no, more... Same landmass. Is it a language related to Russian? Nope. No, if it was Kazakh, it wasn't me putting up. So it's one of these... Oh god, are those? They're related to Finnish. The Ugric, they're not Ugric, they're... Yeah, Ugric. I was right. So one of these languages that I can never remember the name of. The Hunt... Uh... Oh, it just has Conti as a option. No. So further down here. So it's not Mongolic, not Indo-European, not Uralic. Is it an extinct language? Oh. That sucks. Yeah, no, YouTube, the only reason I don't switch to Twitch is because Twitch scares me. Yeah, so it's Tungusic, probably, or Turkic. It's pointing towards Kazakhstan. Okay, so it's Turkic, common Turkic. What is a Turkic language spoken in that area? So it's not Kipchak. It's one of the purple ones. I love how it doesn't give me thing. So it's not that one, so it's... Here we go. So one of these ones, is it Uyghur? God damn autocorrect. Or is it this one? Oh, more north. Uh, let's say Tuvan. Or Altai. Let's do Altai. Not Altai. It was Tuvan! God damn it! Maybe Tuvan. No, let's do Altai. Ugh. Global. Uh. Nope, I wasn't running late for once in my life. Also, if people have questions, this is the time to do it, as I'm messing around. Ooh. No. It's adjacent to the answer. Oh god, what's the country that's right there? Yeah, no, not France, obviously. Yeah, no, what's the... It's not Albania, is it? No. Not Monaco. Monaco's on that side. What are my thoughts on Shinjitai versus Kyujitai? Didn't I already... Didn't I answer this question for you last week? Or are you just asking which one do I prefer? Slovenia. No. What? Is it No, it can't be Austria. Because that's... Is this saying Croatia borders it? Is it Croatia? No, it can't be Croatia. Wait, is it a country inside? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll... Let me just let this sink in that the mystery country was the fucking Vatican City. Oh my god. I should make a video on Shinji time. Anyway. Yeah, so my opinion of Shinji time and relates to my opinion on simplification of Chinese characters as a whole, in that I do not actually mind character simplification, is the way I can put that. Is that I find both Shinji-Tai and Kyuji-Tai interesting. And I actually prefer Shinji-Tai in a lot of cases because it is easier to write. My problem with Shinji-Tai is that it is not retroactive, or it's not all-encompassing. It only applied to the Toyo and later on early Joyo kanji list. But then once they started adding more kanji to the Joyo kanji list, especially place names and whatnot, they did not update the Shinji Tai. Instead, they just took the Kyuji Tai characters, even if there were Shinji Tai simplifications for the components. So what I mean by this is if we look at the Shinji Tai page, is that a lot of the time you'll have... This one annoys me slightly, but not all that much. Let's go down to inconsistencies. So this character for to sell was simplified into this. And in the rest of the Shinji Tai, it was when it was used as a component, it was simplified as well. That's great. I love that. It's also great that it's based off of a calligraphic form of the character. So, like, if we go to, I'm hoping the Z tools will actually showcase this. Yeah, it kind of showcases it, where the Shinji Tai form was based on a more handwritten form like this, on the grass script form. But then they added, they didn't add any characters for that. But then the same thing happened with Dragon. So, like, this is a simplified form of Dragon. This is a simplified form of Waterfall, which uses the simplified form as a radical, or as a component, I mean. But then Attack and Basket, which were added to Shinji Tai later on, weren't updated for it, is annoying. I mean, it's not anything, like, bad. It's just interesting that that happened. And that is my main complaint with Shinji Tai, is that it's inconsistent and it's becoming a bigger problem as computers allow people to just use kanji more regularly. Like, we have seen an uptick in the amount of kanji used because it's so easy to just use them when typing and finding them in IME as like that. And one of the main things about characters in wars and whatnot is people have an easier time with recognition than with production. And so they're able to just recognize the characters they need versus having to remember it off the top of their head when writing it down. And so because of that, more and more kanji are being used, especially hyogaiji, which makes the inconsistencies even worse. I especially hate it with when this component here, the character for feed. But yeah, that's my thing about Shinji Tai and Kyuji Tai, is that I like Shinji Tai better for learning and writing. Kyuji Tai looks great, but it's just a little bit more complex and harder to write. But on the other hand, Shinji Tai is inconsistent a lot of the time, which is annoying. But again, that is, as I always say, that is an opinion of a random white guy on the interwebs. My opinion should not mean anything. It is nothing but hot air. Okay, I'm gonna. So, Sanity, yeah, that is a fair point. I do find it annoying how there are different standards between Japan, China, Korea, and Taiwan, and how they all have their own forms and then simplified forms. But traditional actually makes that slightly worse. It's just so many traditional variants that could be used. But what are your thoughts on simplified Chinese characters changing? I don't mind it all that much because it's standard Chinese is Mandarin and people are learning Mandarin. I do wish that there was some more representation of other local dialects aside from Cantonese and Minnan. Like a bunch of the smaller ones that are just kind of slowly dying. I but having a different writing system for all of them would be unrealistic. I'm rambling. But yeah, updating the character forms to represent more modern Mandarin sounds isn't that bad as long as they only are used for Mandarin. If they're imposing them on, say, Cantonese or Minnan or Hokkien or whatnot, then I would have a problem. Oh my god, Christos! Oh my god, dude! Why are you here? Ah. Anyway, there's my Shinji Tai rant. Am I? Oof, that's rough, buddy. That's real low. Yeah, that is the problem that they use for all Sinitic languages. Well, to be fair, what people are learning to write is Standard Chinese or Mandarin Chinese. And if they want to write their own dialect, they can use other forms. Out of the loop with me and Kat or with me and Christos? Because Christos is a hometown bud of mine. Anyway, also, new game added to our rotation as okay, start the quiz. Yes, I know how to play Flashback. As more people toil for hours in factories, they need a midday meal at lunch. They start calling it lunch. In the U.S., weather forecasts are first created by a computer. Its 24-hour forecast is somewhat accurate, but unfortunately takes about 24 hours to produce. That is obviously after the 1820s. Persia's ruler, Abbas I, helped spread high heels in Europe. European men wear them to show their wealth, since no one can do any real work in them. I don't know how true that little last factoid is, but that is amusing. No, you have not tuned in, but you are in one of my videos. In my very first April Fool's video, to be exact. Dr. John Kellogg creates cornflakes to help his patients digest food. His brother will drop the health focus at sugar and sell it as breakfast cereal. Oh god, I think that's before 1950. Yes, 1890. Really? 1894? Mm-hmm. The one where you demonstrate proper math. Theodore Maiman invents the laser with many peaceful uses for research and optics. Newspapers sum it up as LA man discovers science fiction death ray. That was fairly recent, wasn't it? Oh god, that's either... I want to say after 1950, but... I'm trying to remember back, because I think I learned this in my astronomy class a few years ago. I'm gonna do it here. Yes, 1960. Under Eisenhower, the US ignites one of its first hydrogen bombs. Oh, hydrogen bombs. Fuck. I was thinking nuclear. I should actually read the characters. An anime character, Mortimer Mouse, is created by Walt Disney and his team. His wife says the name sounds pompous and to instead call him Mickey. Mortimer. Yep, 1928. And then Roger Williams founds Rhode Island. Massachusetts had exiled him for his religious beliefs, so he's one of the first colonists to separate church and state. Really? That's a fun factoid I didn't know. And then the Star Chamber, an English court, is formed to fight injustice. It punishes moral crimes as well as legal ones, but it's later ended when it becomes unjust itself. That sounds like this period. Damn it. Wait, really? Fascinating. The Star Chamber. I've never heard of this before. Huh. Fascinating. Of course it's in French. Huh. Mickey's legal name. uh, Welcome from Vermont. And then that is the usual list of games done. In which case, let's do some her. Haven't done the villager conlaying in a bit. Come on, cat, don't be a party pooper. Dox yourself. My new microphone is so big. There's like just a little lump in the bottom of my vision that I have to keep readjusting so it doesn't block part of the screen. Is it the one you're doing for the relay? Hey! Another American person in America. Oh, that is... God, it's a good site. It's really good site if you know Chinese. It's C-Tools. So I don't know if it was made for... I don't know if it's made for mainland Chinese or I think it's Taiwanese Mandarin. I think the person who made the site is Taiwanese. I don't know. Either way, it's a really good resource for finding characters as well as their forms. And their usage and pronunciation throughout history. That's not an actual character. What am I doing? Let's see. So if we take this, do it like that, form lookup, and it spits out the character, and then it gives me various forms of the calligraphy over the years and whatnot. Down here, it gives some meanings, Vietnamese meanings in different languages, like Vietnamese, forms related to it, pronunciations. I know it's Chinese, but I'm trying to remember what type of Chinese. I think it's. Wait, you mean like China Chinese? Because it uses traditional characters for me. So I'd assume that would be Oh, wait, there's... No, those are just links to other places. Yeah, it's a really good tool, either way. Yeah, it's very useful. When I started my Unified Chinese Character Form project, which I haven't done much with since the first month I started it, it was a very useful tool. Okay. So back to her. Which where we left off, we did, yes, skeletons. Which didn't I have? Oh, where the skeletons up here, overworld skeleton down here. Got it. I split them up by region. Okay, so then magma cube. Okay, that makes sense. We are doing her again. For at least a little bit till I get bored. Okay, so a magma cube. It's we could just do, yeah, and then whatever the word for slime is. Make a word for slime. Why don't we make it, do we have a word for jump? We don't have a verb for jump. There we go. What about in my old dictionary? No. No word for jump. So to jump, let us make that. Ra'a. Ra. Yeah. Ra'a. To jump. Ra'a. Ra'a. I forgot I had a camera on. Whoops. Let me just push that away. Ra'a. Ra'ata. So then the slime is. Actually, did I ever figure out how it messes with the pitch or no? Okay, it seems like it changes the pitch. Not gonna lie, that looks ridiculous. Uh, anyway, where's yeah, grab that. In other news, I have started my learning of Irish because in September I will be going to Ireland. I know I don't actually need to learn Irish to go to Ireland since they speak, English there. But I want to learn Irish, goddammit. And oh my god, the vowel system is so fascinating. Like, most things I saw at first were saying that it was a five vowel system, like in Japanese, Spanish, and so on. But that just doesn't do it justice. And it also doesn't help much with learning to read it. Instead, it seems like, according to many of the more in-depth linguistic research I found, it's a three vowel system and it's height based. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a height based system, and it seems like it's three vowels, but there's a chance it might just become two vowels as the distinction between high and low is becoming less distinct. Thank you, Sandy. It is gonna be fun. Yeah. Instead of following the wither example where it's burnt, magma cubes are kind of always on fire, so burning seems like a good idea to me. Yeah. Okay. And then grab okay. Come up here. And this is Ra'ata slime. That makes sense. Oh, really? I'm probably gonna actually meet quite a few of those. Though, not if I stay in Cork. Because I'm gonna be in Cork for the year. And if I'm in Cork isn't part of the Gaeltacht. What's the closest Gaeltacht? Gaeltacht? Gaeltacht. Where's the closest uh Gaeltacht to Cork? West Muskerry, it seems like. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the modern Gaeltacht. Where's Cor? I will say the hardest part about it is I want to learn specifically Munster Irish. Okay, so Cork is there. So the closest one isn't. It's either West Muskerry or Ring. Yeah, car access would be limited for me there. I have a license, but I'm pretty sure it's still mostly standard, and they drive on the opposite side of the road. But they do seem to have at least fairly good intercity transport, so you can get a bus or a train fairly easily. And so, but that's only for like the big cities. Getting to smaller places might be a wee bit tougher from what I've seen. It is so sad. Luckily, it does seem like there is an increase in people actually learning and trying to use the language in recent years, if I remember correctly. But I don't know how much that's actually helping. Christos! No! Ah, no, that's hilarious. But yeah, trying to find resources on a specific dialect is challenging. Because usually they'll have the most common is either the standard language, which nobody actually speaks, or the Connacht. Uh, I can pronounce this. Kishvarg. Kishvarg. Varg. I can't pronounce it. So it's Kish, Kush, Kush. Okay, wait. Kish. Kush. Kush. Where? There it is. Let me just check something. That's semivowels and consonants. Syllabic lengthening. Okay. A back vowel is needed between broad consonant and sh. Okay, so that's kush. That is kush. Then farg. Farag. Wait, no. Farag. 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 Kush farag. Foot of the sea. Oh. Yeah, getting around in early is not as easy. I'm 10 kilometers away from work right now, and it still takes me about an hour to get the goddamn. That is much better than in the US, I will say. But it's still not great. Something else I was gonna say. Anyway, back to her. Okay, so that's the nether mobs. Why is my mouse... Fuck. Take my refresh rate on my monitor just changed to something. You can go back for a sec. Okay, now. Okay, it's better. For some reason, the refresh rate changed on my monitor. Is it working? No, it is not. Okay, let me... Okay, it should be fixed now. There we go. Nether mobs. So we have the Ghast Piglin, Piglin Brutes, Hoglin, Wither Skeletons, Magma Cube. Ghast Piglin, Piglin Brutes, Hoglin, Weather Skeletons, Magma Cube. Magma Cube. So we don't have the Blaze. We have the Zoglin, do we not? Oh, there. Okay. So we have the Blaze, we have the Zoglin. Let's bring these up actually then. Ghast, ABCFG, there. Piglin goes there. Piglin Brutes go underneath. Hoglin goes there. Wither Skeleton goes there. And Magma Cube goes there. Okay, I need... one sec. I'm gonna put on some music for myself. Actually, wait, does this... Oh my god. My new microphone has an aux cord that I can connect my headphones to. It has a little volume slider. So I can have such precise control of my volume. That is so nice. These headphones are really good, but they're so loud. Okay, let's see. And then everything... I've got to make sure that they followed the phonology. I think they do. Okay, and then fixing up these ones. Let's pull all of these guys up real quick. So this doesn't follow. Gompy. Okay, so let's just get rid of that first of all. And change that to a Gabuta. Let's just change the accent on that. Okay, and then throw that there. Make that an oo. Grab the low tone. Let's go fix that over here as well. Okay. Done. Bring that one up here. Creeper. I don't think we need that extra little text anymore. Get it. That one's already good. So we can throw that up there. And then that one goes after. Then a bogged. That's a good. No, it is not enchanting table. It is a villager conlang. Which the ultimate goal of it is to get it into Minecraft. But yeah, have a villager conlang because I was annoyed at the various villager conlangs I saw and some of the things they did. And I was like, that does not feel right to me. So I just went ahead and started making one myself. And here we are. Creating a fully functional language for Minecraft villagers. Which, oh my god. I was in Boston the other day. And I was just walking along with my family. And we look around and we just notice that there's a bunch of cosplayers by the Prudential. Which we were very confused by. And then I tried looking into it, and there's a anime convention the day afterwards for the next 3 days. And we're like, that makes sense. And as we were leaving the Prudential, as we were using it as a shortcut to get, as a shortcut to stay out of the rain because it was raining like hell, I look over and my sister and I spot 2 guys dressed up as Minecraft villagers. That is hilarious. I did not. Is it a real? Because from what I remember, it is. They have some set phrases, but for the most part, it's still. Oh my god. I can't tell if I love that or hate it that it's an actual conlang. It's obviously English based, but it's still. Oh, I can't tell if I love that or hate that. Anyway, bogged. Um. So instead of basing it off skeleton, I think I could have 2 names or bogged, actually. One based on skeleton. Let me go grab. And that would be... Do I have... Yeah. Wait, what did I... Yeah. So basically a rotting skeleton, or I think more colloquially or more commonly it might be referred to as... Do I have a word for moss? No, I do not. A word for moss? What is her? Her is the name of the language in English. It's also how I first spelled it before finalizing on the orthography, which this is how it's spelled now with the current orthography. Her, here, here, there, here. I love how people are talking about Linux and Christos isn't here. Actually, I've been thinking of switching my my old desktop down in Boston to Linux because it can only run Windows 10. It might free up some of the space. Moss. Uh. Fla. 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 I like. Let's do. Fla. Short, sweet. Or actually. Short, sweet. Fura. And I just want to stay consistent with the staying whatchamacallit. There. Fura. And then fu. Ara. Ta. Let me bring that actually closer up. Might want to make a new category of plants. Fura. Actually, I'll just leave that. So furata, bring this up to where bogged is, and then I'll fill in the etymology and phonology. So it is yeah. Ka. And it's a falling tone. And then obviously just grab the gerete. And then grab the fura. And there we go. Gerete. Fura. Mas. Those are hostile, though. Actually, wait. Nope, skeletons are not hostile to villagers, aren't they? Nope, I know nobody at Mojang. You're on Windows now? God damn. Are you at least still doing what you want late LaTeX? Why did my comment section just become full of Linux users? Okay, stray. I think I'm gonna do something similar to stray with 2 freeze. Oh god, what's a good word for freeze? Freeze. Ngehi. Ngehi. To freeze. Ngehi. 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 Okay, there we go. Shitfault 9? Mac doesn't have an alt. Are you saying? Oh, that's I. How did I not know about that one? Usually, I'm very good at knowing all the little. all the little tricks, but that's one I did not know, surprisingly. What, 8? Oh, it's a big dot. That is good to know. Thank you for that. Ngechte. I'm going to immediately use that for one who freezes. Because they applied the slowness effect, but I figured it could be like you're slow because you're cold or something like that. Uh, freeze. Put that there. That's non-hostile. Sweet. I don't know what this compose key is. Are you on Windows 11 or Windows 10? Because I remember using Windows for a short period of time before 10. I think it was Windows 8, and it was either Windows 7 or Windows 8, and it was awful. I immediately switched back to Mac, partly because the computer I got, the laptop I got, kept whining and killing my head. So I just sent it back in, got my money back, got my Mac. But then my brother, using my brother's desktop, he had Windows 10, Windows 11 now, and it was much better. And I think it's because it started emulating Mac. Yeah, in that case, I think it's because they started actually doing more humanistic designs, emulating Mac to an extent. Because say what you will about Mac, I have so many gripes with Mac and Apple and whatnot. But there's just a lot of little details that make it so nice to use. Oh. There's not necessarily a specific. Okay, I see. That would be such a useful thing to have. That would be so useful to have on a Mac. God damn, I kind of want it now. Anyway. Um. Hmm. And no, I'm gonna do something else. Which, Return of the Kanji. So there's 38 I gotta do now. Which, fun fact, during the semester, I fell so far behind in my flashcards for Japanese. I still passed with an A, but my god, I fell so far behind that this is actually the very last unit we were doing in class that I still have yet to make flashcards for. Yeah, fair enough. I grew up in a family of Mac users, and I will say "you Mac" every now and then. But yeah, Mac OS, from what I have seen, has not been as invasive with their stuff. Like, they released the Apple Intelligence, their equivalent of AI, their equivalent of Cortana and whatnot, and I was able to just turn it off. If I want, I can turn Siri off. Like, that doesn't need to exist, and it won't listen in on you. It is scummy in a lot of the ways that it will try to sneak in a lot of stuff under the hood, but it will, if you request it, not do a lot of that stuff. As in, not because it's for moral reasons, but because they don't want to open themselves up to a huge ass lawsuit. Which I think we're going to see a bit more of as well after this. Yeah, they add in so much bloatware that, I kid you not, my brother got his PC, and the first thing I did was I got rid of Windows and re-downloaded Windows 11. Just to get rid of all the bloatware. And this was from just a third-party PC builder. And they added they added Norton Antivirus by default. They added all this stuff. I'm like, no. I will get Windows, and I will download the drivers needed for the graphics card and whatnot. Do not give me these anti-malware bullshit stuff that is worse than the malware itself at times. Yeah, bloat is so bad. It's also bloat is the main reason I never switched to Android either. There was a small period where I was thinking of switching to Android, but then nothing. The least bloated phone I found was the Samsung, which I was like, no, I'd rather not have a phone that blows up in my pocket. And I just never left my iPhone. Which obviously has its own problems, but you know. At least I'm familiar with it. Oh my god, the Candy Crush annoyed me. I. Uh, yeah, no. I do wish Apple would add more customizability to the system, or at least make it more user friendly to do the customizability, because you do actually have a lot of customizability on the system. I just wish they had an easier way to do it. I also will say the only reason I do not use Pages for more things, because I love Pages. I love it. I like it better than Word. God, I hate Google Docs with a passion. I'm like one of 6 people that loves Pages. but I don't use it as much as I would like to because it has no way to choose a fallback font. I need that fucking fallback font. Uh, crime sin. List of punctuators. Because I want the specific Unicode encoded. Unicode block. It's 4 strokes. There's dog. Grab that. There we go. Actually, let me highlight 3 at a time. Mosquito. Actually, here's a fun fact for you. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but in Genki, the textbook most used for learning Japanese amongst English speakers, I think they've actually released it in different languages now as well. Let me see. They have they have a Spanish edition now. I think they have a French. Yep. Do they have a German? Yep. They even have a German version of the book now. Nope, never mind. That's just the English version. I'm just on Why? I'm just on Amazon Deutschland. That's. I wonder what your thoughts are on LibreOffice now. I think it's missing some features from Microsoft Office, but it's plenty powerful with me, and I can't live without the sidebar layout now. I haven't used LibreOffice in years. Anyway, Chapter 21 of Genki. It's about a burglary. You learn the passive voice and how it's used. Actually, yeah, you learn the passive voice, something that's been done in between events. Do you know what the very first word you learn in Genki Chapter 21 is? I mean, nothing wrong with learning the word. It's good to know. But it's still just like, it's just right there. Huh. No, it's not the H word. So this is chikan. Pervert, groper, also used for molester. It is a heavy word. It's also fascinating because it's uses the kanji for idiot and then the Han Chinese. Which, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, is the kanji not used because it's kind of racist? But no, apparently it's a loan from Chinese. Where it means just a stupid, random person. Han there being a run-of-the-mill guy. For fool idiot. and then it was loaned into Chinese, gained this meaning, and then loaned back into Chinese as the modern meaning. Isn't that fascinating? Also kind of disturbing, but fascinating nonetheless. Yeah. You forgot about that one, Christos. Fair enough. It is. Again, nothing wrong with learning it. It's like, it's a word, and it's a good word to know. It's a good word to know as well, if you're ever in a situation where you need the word. But it's just like, it's just right there, front and center. Again, nothing wrong. It's just shocking. Wait, why? Okay. It's not jumping back up anymore. What word is this being used in? Government administration. So, government office. And then, how often is it used in relation to storehouse? I'll just leave it at government office. And then entwine, coil. Yeah, that one. I've got, oh my god. That one is so weird to me. Yes, they have an illustration of it as well. Oh my god, I actually forgot about that one this time. Yeah, no, if we go to the exercises, there's just a full-on illustration. My god, Takeshi's getting it so bad. There we go. Of him getting felt up. Which we also learned the word for to feel. Or to touch something. But it's like, just a wee bit weird. Do I find using Anki boring tedious? Kind of. Yeah, so I just have a lot of trouble focusing in general for long periods of time, especially if it's repetitive like flashcards. I find Anki good in the fact that it just gets me into a routine. But what I really need to do, especially at my current level of Japanese, is just read and listen and speak more. And use the flashcards as a supplement. But yeah, because of the way my brain works, I just have trouble sitting down and doing it. Usually I'll sit down, do my flashcards with music playing in the background, but yes, time to learn all the crimes. Exactly. Guilt. Crime. Oh, I don't think that's one I've done yet in the... I think that's the first time I've seen that radical. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Let me see. Is there anyone? No. I also try to limit the amount of flashcards I'm doing each day. So, like, my current system, because I'm behind, is I have one deck for new cards in current topic, and one deck for older cards that have longer reviews in between. And I limited myself to at most 200 to 300 cards per day. I do know somebody who would do 1,000 cards within a day. You know who you are. Yeah, it's really hard for me to get into routines as well, but somehow I've managed to get into a routine with Anki to an extent. That routine is me going, oh shit, I forgot to do Anki, I need to do my Anki right now, and disappearing and listening to music as I do my Anki, but I get it done. A fair matter? Wait. I'm gonna figure out something for that. And then lie, deceive. Actually, this is something I find amusing about something I have a gripe with between Shinji Tai and Simplified Chinese is I think Simplified Chinese, Shinji Tai could have actually gone a step further like Simplified Chinese and adopted more of the cursive forms, or at least made them standard in writing and stroke order. Just to call back to something I was talking about earlier. God, my brain is a mess. Yeah, dude, limit yourself. Just limit yourself. Jesus Christ. The reason you keep getting burnt out is because you do too much. I'm starting to sound like a broken record now, aren't I? Okay. Actually, to make this easier, I can just set that as a base. 1, 2, 3, 4. Though I'm probably not one to say someone's doing too much when I create my flashcards, the audio, and the stroke order for the kanji. Okay, great for you, but my brain doesn't work like that. I have multiple disabilities. What takes you 10 times to learn a word takes me 100. That is fair. Yeah, no, if you want to learn a language, watch, listen, speak, and read is like the best way to learn a language. Should I find some open domain Japanese books and just practice reading them during stream? Yeah, learning by osmosis. It is also though I will say, studies have shown that having some grammar instruction actually does help in the long run at solidifying the grammar points and the way to speak. Yeah. Some EPUBs of dubious origin. What? E- Did I say that out loud? Did I say the reading thing out loud? I did not mean to say that out loud. Huh. Whoops. That the yeah now makes more sense in a different context. Oh yeah, shosetsu. The problem with shosetsu or shosetsuka is that it's hard to find actually good quality stuff to read at times because there is good quality stuff, but then there's a whole bunch of slop. God damn it. Whoops. Uh Happenstance. Reason. Did I not have this earlier? No, I don't. I'm not seeing it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Where are you? It's 5. There it is. You are inside my walls. Well, there's a lot of people inside my walls, apparently. Yeah, that works. I will say, take him might not be your best option. It is a good resource, but it's also I find just lacking in the explanation standpoint. I've heard of Curadali. I've never actually used them before, so I have no idea what exactly they are. Wait, what is dice being used in? Oh, offering. Alia jacta est. Okay, it uses shell as its radical. Chinese grammar wiki is, I swear to God. You want a good site though? And actually, not. It's getting better, actually. It's not great, but it's getting better as they do renovations, is Imabi. I particularly like this because it goes in depth on a lot of the grammar. So I find it as a good resource for doing the in-depth minutia of the grammar if you ever need it. Though once you get to the non-highlighted parts, the quality does kind of drop off because they're kind of before they're doing the revamp. Well, this one doesn't look too bad. Did they revamp this but just not fix it up? Maybe, maybe not. Either Imabi is a great site. Just as like a little recommendation for like the in-depth minutia and whatnot. Coin. I mean, how often is a sen gonna appear in stuff I'm reading? Actually, quite often, probably. Just knowing me. Uh, there. I so I think you might already know Dogen. Dogen's a great site, but his Patreon is paid. But he's great for pronunciation and whatnot. Uh, I quite like this channel for these Japanese listening practice videos, as it's just kind of her walking through and narrating what she sees and what's going on. And it's great for listening practice. Uh, I don't know of any of them in Japanese, no. Unfortunately. I think Cliff is just the easiest to grab from over here. Yeah, there it is again. For some reason, it feels like the refresh rate on my monitor is just. Let me switch to my. Yeah. I don't know why that's doing that. Even my mouse was doing it, which is weird. Okay, it seems to have. The refresh rate seems to be picking up again. Fortune telling, divining. If you're wondering why I'm learning the character for fortune casting, it's because the reading for Genki was about yakudoshi or superstitions. And the reading was a guy saying how he doesn't believe in it, but then bad things happen, so he now does believe in it. Which, like, god damn it, dude. Luxury. Zeitaku. Yep. And that is a shell. Every day. I got mail. I love this character so much. It's so stupid. Buddha or France. You might be interested in the podcast Yuru Gengo Gaku Radio. Yoru Gengo Gaku Radio. Okay, I might have to check this out. Oh my god, it has subtitles. It has subtitles. That's actually, oh god, that's a great resource. At least this video I'm seeing has like built-in subtitles. Wait, maybe, kind of. Kind of. It kind of has subtitles or captions. No, it doesn't have everything they say, but it has enough. But the thing is, it took me a while to realize that's what it was. So it might be a great resource for uh, starting to understand fast speech. One, two, three, four, five. Wait, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Where is the alcohol radical? There it is. Yeah, the on-screen text. Dainty. Narrow. That uses the thread radical. And then state of succession, hang, depend. What word is this being used in? Ah, with utmost effort. Hang, depend. And then I think the last one is place. Yep. Oh, placement. Put. Which uses net again. Oh my god. 2 nets. First time I've seen this radical out of 1033 kanji, and now it happens twice. That's amazing. Kotorabo. Okay, wrap, hover. Stick, fly. And that is shell. And then kick. Every time I see kick, I just can't help but laugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The fact that it was the only verb in its class for the longest time. It was the only true monograde A verb in Middle Japanese. And then instead of becoming an A verb, it became a fucking godang verb. Force reload. That's not what I wanted. Why the hell did this... Oh, there's so many images on here. That makes sense. Let me just pull these guys up. This is interesting. I'm gonna bookmark this channel for now. But it is kind of amusing how much it feels like a corporate channel. Oh, the last video was a year ago. God damn. And they have a video on Excel. Oh my god. Japanese office men and Excel. I've heard horror stories of people working with people in Japan, and all they get is an Excel sheet for huge documents and legal paperwork, and it's on a fucking Excel sheet. I don't know how true that actually is, but step carry through. Like, I'm assuming they use other programs, and it's just a very niche group of people who do it. But still, just hearing it, I just couldn't help but like, take psychic damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I pass it? That's 6, 7, 7. Oh, it's up here. Touch, feel, love me, say that you love me. Oh, the learn Japanese, teach Japanese. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you wanna get my skin, get in line? Praise, extol. Praise the cat, extol the cat. One, two, three, 4, 5, linguistics. There it is. Yeah, the last upload was a year ago, apparently. Hum. That's not... Okay. Actually, wait, no, this is an example of one of those inconsistencies in Shinji Tai that I hate. It's the dragon radical up top. Okay, last four, and then I think we'll actually end it on time today. Swing, rock. Destroy, ruin. And there we go. Now I just gotta make the stroke orders for them and add them to my flashcards. See ya, Christos! And I will see some of you. I'm assuming none of you come to my game streams. That's usually the different group. So yeah. I'll be streaming with Kate on Tuesday at the usual time, but I'll probably see most of you next Sunday. But until then, I bid you all adieu.